Batisco is in a really, really beautiful part of the world, perched on the northern Sardinian coast in a playground for the jet set known as the Costa Smeralda.
Imagine the scene, right? You come in and you're, I don't know, 80, 90, 100 metre yacht, thinking, I'm the man. Who comes in behind you? The fourth largest super yacht in the world. The owner of the blue boat, he must be in his cabin just now in the fetal position, crying his lamps out that he's just had the biggest piece of penis envy ever. 80 staff, the big one has, and a helicopter, just in case.
During the winter, in a place like Portisco, for example, you can berth the boat for 14 euros a day. Come the high season, you're looking at 200 to 230 euros a day just to have your boat in the marina.
Yeah, we were pretty delighted when the sails went up and the engine was fixed with about 10 days to spare before the hosing of cash season began. It meant we could get out of there.
Yeah, but as soon as you fix one thing or everything's fixed, something else goes wrong. And one of the top 3 things to go wrong in a boat went wrong in the boat. And that is the head's failing.
I don't know why they call it the heads. It's got nothing to do with the end of the body.
So in here we've got the holding tank for all the good stuff in there, all the cocktail, and there appears to be a blockage on the way out. So we've got the mariners come around with their black water pump out. They're going to pump all the stuff out, and then what we'll do is we'll get the diver to go down and see on the outlet pipe. He's going to put up a pipe cleaner, a wire pipe cleaner, and get all the crustaceans that have grown up over the winter time. He's going to get rid of those, and hopefully that will have meant that everything is clear. But at the moment, we're full of shit.
That should have solved the problem, but no, we had to tackle it from a different direction and bring the pooper hose through the boat. Not ideal. What if that thing bursts? This is what we resorted to, and it's still not working.
Pat the poo going out.
There was only one thing left to do.
You're gonna have to get your arm in there, Danny.
That's what I'm frightened of. I get all the shitty jobs, and I ended up doing this one because you said, oh darling, my arms are too muscular to fit in the hole. Like, what a myth, you.
I have been working out. What can I say? Either that, or I used to be in sales.
Yeah,
or you're just gullible.
I'm just bloody gullible, frankly. Oh, Christ. Maybe apply. Oh, my hand just touched it. Ugh. Why did we buy a boat?
Yes. Why did we buy a boat? Portisco is basically charter central. See all these boats going in and out, which is fabulous. And you think, I can have it for a week.
And then give it back.
And then give it back.
So what we have here is the Friday afternoon shuffle, where all of the charter boats are trying to get onto the fuel dock, which is here. It's like the lines at feeding time.
The marineras are just brilliant though, aren't they, honey, at getting all of these boats, number one, onto the fuel dock, and then number two, into their berths. They are so good at it, they almost make it look like a dance.
Please wait outside, our dinghy are busy with other mooring. When we finish, we call you for the assistant Alaska. Lift, please wait outside, I call you. Now at the moment our dinghy are busy with other mooring.
Poor old marinero, busiest guy on the planet. Okay, so the guy has gone in really shallow, and he's picked up the other boat's bow line. So much as speed is your enemy, when you're reversing, you have a lot more control over the boat when you're going at speed in reverse. It might be frightening, but you can maneuver it a lot better.
classic from us couch potatoes. You know, sitting there in a bow going, oh yes, you should be doing this and you should be doing that. And
You're like, we know.
We know, as if, as if we know.
But he did it beautifully that third time. We were actually feeling quite confident, I think, by the time it came to leave Patisco. We had done a lot of mooring last season, and so we thought we knew what we were doing. But, well, the main voyage didn't go so well again.
58 seconds it took us. 6 hours it took us last year. 58 seconds this year. Full English breakfast of everything that can go wrong when you're taking a boat out of a very tight berth.
Inopportune gust of wind, tight space, crash, bang, expletives, boomerangs out of the water again, getting hauled out with a shredded rudder, no less. I mean, you can't make this shit up, can you? I mean, are we just that unlucky?
No.
As you can see, we've had to haul the boat out again, and this is the reason. We have a ruptured, shredded rudder because when we were on the boat, taking it out of the berth, obviously we had the gust of wind, went over the mooring chain, and it's shredded our rudder.
So, the upshot is we're in a hotel for 10 days, which when you're sitting in paradise, you just want to get out on your boat, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting for the boat to be fixed, which isn't ideal.
We were pretty stressed about it, so I think the best thing really was to distract ourselves. So we decided to hire a car and go and explore the rugged beauty of Sardinia. This is such an exquisite place. This rock formation is known as Capo d'Orso, the bear. And from the other side, when you're on a boat, it actually looks like a bear crawling across the top of the ridge here. Only the wind could be such an amazing sculptress.
Spectacular scenery.
Sardinia is really steeped in a lot of history, and it's very rugged in terms of its landscape, really mountainous, and it's quite famous for its bandidos, and you can see them on the Sardinian flag, these rebels who see themselves as Sardinian first and Italian second.
Sardinian freedom fighters.
Yes, very much so. But the history is amazing. It stretches back, some 4,000 years.
Behind us you can see things called nurags, which are 1500 BC, and these are effectively just stone structures that were built without mortar. There's about 7,000 of them around Sardinia. Roll forward 3,500 years, then came the Aga Khan, who developed the majority of the Costa Smeralda. Very smart guy. Kept all the rustic look that you'll see around Costa Smeralda. I don't think any of the buildings are over 2 stories high, and they all very much fit in with the landscape and the coastline, which is extremely important for tourism, keeping it fairly chic, I would say.
And the local villages are absolutely beautiful as well. Again, really traditional and welcoming. The Sardinian people are so friendly. We absolutely loved seeing the island by car. The local villages, the nurags, the rock formations, all absolutely beautiful. But my favourite sight was seeing the rudder getting fixed, because that meant we were about to set sail again. We could finally put the boat back into the water. This is progress. The longer you're ashore, the more anxious and excited you get. I call it the sailor's stew. So we're at pretty high dudgeon by the time the boat was going back in the water, weren't we?
Yes, a state of excitement on the hysterical at that point. But at 13:23 Zulu, when she went back in the water, she was perfect.
Perfect. There was nothing wrong with her.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm numb.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
numb.
there.
I'm numb, darling. I'm so numb. It's like this boat at the moment. I want to put it on eBay at 6 a.m. What was that noise?
Plastic bottle.
I'm so on edge. I can't even tell you.